If you like your health care plan, you will be able to keep your health care plan, period. So for people without health insurance, they're finally going to be able to get it. For the vast majority of people who have health insurance that works, you can keep it. If you have or had one of these plans before the Affordable Care Act came into law, and you really liked that plan, what we said was you could keep it if it hasn't changed since the law was passed.
Which one is it? President Obama changing his message about keeping health care plans under Obamacare. So, is it incompetence, dishonesty, something else? And will Americans accept any of these new explanations? Here now, radio talk show host Chris Plante of The Chris Plante Show and Leslie Marshall of TheLeslieMarshallShow.com. All right, Leslie, you're in the hot seat today because, quite honestly, the president's story keeps a change and a change and a change. And what are the American people supposed to believe right now?
Well, I think, quite frankly, the American people, if they like him, believe him, and if they don't. And I think it's that way for any politician on any issue or message. I think the problem here, Gretchen, is my understanding of when the president first said that, and I'm somebody who has Blue Cross, okay, is that if you have a plan through your employer or a private insurance plan, if you have Blue Cross, you don't have to become an Obamacare member. You're not going to have a Medicare-type plan. And that is true. Blue Cross may change your plan, as they've changed mine to comply with the standards, may offer you different plans or change the name of your plan. I think part of the problem here was the wording the president chose to use, and certainly hindsight's 20/20, and I'm sure that he wishes, looking back, that he used different terminology. So I don't feel he lied at all.
But Chris, just in how Leslie had to take that much time in explaining the change in the plan, I mean, did he do a disservice to Americans by oversimplifying, even if you don't call it a lie, oversimplifying?
It's not a case of oversimplification. And, you know, Leslie, I don't envy your task here today. It's a difficult one. The president didn't tell the truth. He knowingly didn't tell the truth. He repeatedly, knowingly didn't tell the truth. And now he's, as Ron Fournier pointed out, conjured up a new set of complete and utter falsehoods, along with Debbie Wasserman Schultz and others, that he was telling the truth all along when he wasn't telling the truth. It's almost childlike. The president should be held to a standard at least as high as the standards that we hold used car salesmen to. And if used car salesman fed you a package of falsehoods like this, and you brought the car back and he made up a new set of lies, well, you know, honestly, this is indefensible. It's inexcusable. It's quite clear what it was. Everybody knows what it was.
Well, you are right about Debbie Wasserman Schultz. She did an interview today saying that both she and the president never lied about anything. Right. I want to bring you, though, to the blame game, Leslie, because some Democrats are blaming Republicans for this entire Obamacare mess. I mean, and I'm seeing Chris laugh. Is that laughable?
Well, honestly, I don't feel the president is to blame. I don't feel Republicans are to blame. I don't feel Democrats are to blame. I don't think it's a political party that's to blame. I think clearly it's the people who designed the website that are to blame for the dysfunction and the malfunction of the website.
This is bigger than the website. You have Democrats jumping ship like never before. You have Senator Landrieu on the floor yesterday introducing a bill. By the way, she's a Democrat, introducing a bill that you should be able to keep the health care plan that you had. You have Joe Manchin, also a Democrat of West Virginia, jumping ship. You got a whole list of Democrats. Chris, this is much deeper than just website glitches, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, forget about the website. This is about the president's credibility, whether he has any. And honestly, there's a pathology here that I think only Dr. Krauthammer could discuss intelligently. It's not my lane. But if you knew a person in your family, or if your spouse provided you with a body of lies like this one and then came up with a new set of lies to cover up the old set of lies, there would be a day of reckoning in my household. I can tell you that much. And this is, I mean, again, all the cover smoke, all the shifting of the discussion, all of the talk about, you know, whatever the peripheral issues are. What this boils down to now is the fact, I was going to say whether, but the fact that the president deliberately misled, let's say, the American people time and again, and has now come up with a new set of falsehoods to try to cover for the old set of falsehoods.
Let's see what happens tomorrow and the days to come. Chris and Leslie, thanks so much for your time.
Thanks.